What a surreal place. We are far off the beaten path in the middle of the jungle, and it is amazing. So I'm really curious, what is it like to grow up and live here?
Es muy bonito y como te diría, más estar en la selva es algo fresco y es tranquilo.
Well, here's a lot of things, and growing up here is really nice. Just fishing in this lake and being walking in the middle of the jungle.
Nosotros tratamos de proteger a la selva.
Well, we are trying to protect the jungle because the jungle means life, and that's their principal objective.
En maya se llama chibish y eso sirve para llamar águilas. Ponerlo así.
I have finally made it to Mexico's southernmost state called Chiapas. It's the most remote region in the country, and it's where you can find the last indigenous tribes who are still living without much influence from the modern world. I flew here last night, met up with a local buddy named Diego. What's up, man? And we drove 8 hours on the bumpiest roads from Tuxtla Gutierrez. You can't fall asleep anymore. Into the middle of the Lacandon rainforest. Car problems. Diego, what's happening?
At school, there's just some few problems with the battery, but let's hit the road again.
Let's hit the road again. We finally made it and picked up a new friend on the outskirts of our destination. Drew.
Y mi esposa,
Hola.
María.
Hola. We picked up Joaquin over here, who's a local, and he speaks Spanish, and he's very intelligent and willing to show us around. Dripping sweat, man. And we're only getting started.
Just starting, man. This is so fun.
Temperature-wise, it's probably not that hot, but the humidity is what's killing us right now. The Lacandon is the largest rainforest in North America, stretching from Chiapas through Guatemala and all the way down to Honduras. Apparently, this rainforest is the best place to spot jaguars in the wild, but they're rare, and if we do find one, I think I'll be a little bit scared. The people living here are called Lacandones, and they are descendants of the ancient Mayans. Their language remains one of the most unique in the world, and it sounds like this.
Bai guayenen, soy ingor tare chachenten, inkaba chankin Joaquín. Ne soy ingor guaytu yenen ichinkajar.
Quiero aprender palabras en su dialecto. ¿Cómo se dice hola?
Bai kametik.
Baikametic.
Es hola.
Hola, and adios?
Binika.
Binika. Other aspects of the Lacandon traditions are fascinating, just like men being able to have 4 wives, kind of similar to the world of Islam.
Uno prepare el maíz, otro lave la ropa.
Years ago, men used to have really big lands, and they used to need many wives. One to help him with the plantation, with the corn, to wash the clothes. So they used to have every single woman for different kind of activities.
What is the reason why the Lacandons wear the long white shirt?
Bueno, mi abuelo me cuenta que la realidad antes es túnica, es corteza de árbol.
Okay, the reason is because his grandfather told him that they use these white long shirts because they are men of peace.
Why do the men have very long straight hair?
Ya ves que nosotros hacemos rituales, ceremonias y todo eso.
They have the really long hair because that's how they have a better conscience, and because of the rituals and to speak with the gods.
The Spanish failed to colonize the Lacandones because they were able to hide deep in the forest. So deep that most of them were out of contact with the rest of the world until the mid-20th century. Today, less than 1,000 Lacandons remain scattered across 4 villages in Chiapas. They have been able to survive alone, living completely off the land. Every single part of this forest has something growing to eat. It's so incredibly useful. From what I've witnessed, the Lacandons have a pretty great system. The women gather and prepare food, take care of their children, and look after the house, while the men hunt for food, take care of farming, and make tools.
So basically, he's like smashing the rock to get small pieces of the stone to make the point of the arrows later.
Oh, so, okay. Got it. While it seems like it may be tough to survive completely off the rainforest, there is absolutely no shortage of food here.
Como, mira, hay plátano, papaya, yuca, piña, cebolla.
Es bien para salud.
Sí, porque es natural.
Natural.
Nada de químico.
The rainforest has about 100 species of edible fruits and plants, and the various water sources like lakes provide protein in the form of fish, snails, frogs, and turtles. A healthy diet is the main reason why so many Lacandones are able to live well past Mexico's average life expectancy of 74 years. Several of them are in their hundreds. These ladies behind me are picking corn. The one right next to me is 99 years old, and the other one is about 100. It's such a beautiful thing. They're just sitting here under the huts and just enjoying the day, enjoying life, and smiling around and picking corn. The Lacandones are known to be very spiritual people who practice a variety of rituals. Lucky for us, Joaquin took us to a sacred place where very few outsiders have visited.
He was explaining us what kind of different gods they have here in Lacandona jungle, and he's showing us the path all the way to the Temple of the Gods.
What is Temple of the Gods? Like a worship place?
It's a place where they make some rituals and they pray to their gods.
Oh man, falling everywhere in here. Look at these ants, man. Careful. Don't want to get my leg chopped off by his machete. So we're literally out here in the middle of nowhere. And it's quite slippery.
Al fondo es un tablero de conteo de familia.
So basically they start to put some small balls on those tables around on the floor. For every single family there's still living in Hach.
Those are ashes?
Those are ashes.
So it's like a graveyard.
Yes, exactly.
So I got some kind of bug bite or spider bite right here in my middle finger. It's really swollen. And Joaquin here in the middle of the jungle just pulled off a leaf and said it's gonna cure it. Okay. I feel like I'm part of the jungle now. Gracias. We continued to walk deeper into the jungle where we stumbled upon a very old man struggling to carry wood into his house. What's his age, and has he lived here his whole life in this place, in this village?
They don't know by fact, but actually he will have between 90 to 100 years because they can calculate like from the ancient years.
What makes you happy in life?
Right now he feels kind of tired due to his age, but he was younger, he enjoyed walking through the mountain.
Has he ever been to the big city? Like, has he ever been to San Cristobal in Mexico City, or does he have any interest to go there?
He has visited Palenque and Ocosingo, some cities just in the state of Chiapas here in Mexico. So he doesn't want to go farther anymore because he's kind of old, so he feels tired.
Right now, the world is like in a really bad place with the pandemic. Does he know what's happening?
He doesn't know about any kind of disease because he has always been living here in this place, in his community. So he's not aware about the condition of the world right now.
It's so refreshing to know that he doesn't know what COVID is. I mean, this whole world seems like it's in pieces, but you have a community here and this man who's just kind of living every day like he lives every day. And it's really humbling to experience it, just to kind of see life in the simplest form. And that's why I love coming to visit tribes around the world. It just kind of puts everything into place for me and changes my perspective on life, and it's just incredible. We made our way onwards to the second of 4 Lacandon villages called Metzabok, which was about a 2-hour drive from Naha. We asked around and managed to find another local Spanish speaker called Rafa, and he was more than excited to give us a rare glimpse into his lifestyle. ¿Cuántas personas viven en su comunidad?
Con todo de hijos, niños, tienen más de 100.
Right now we are on a boat and we are going somewhere. I don't really know where we're going. I think there's some hidden caves out here, but anyways, it's extremely beautiful, very peaceful, greenery everywhere. This lake is like also green, and this is gonna be an adventure. You ready, Diego?
Hell yeah!
Look at this guy. We're arriving now. You can hear the sounds of the rainforest welcoming us in. It's absolutely insane.
No llegamos. Acá es como que es un templo.
Basically, Rafa is telling us that this is kind of a temple or a church for them, that it also works as a stage for them between this world and the next world. After they die, they cross over this cave over here and goes to the other dimension. Ay, güey, están aquí nada más.
It's cold in there.
Yeah, there's just here, right, just next to me, next to my hand, there's a skull already, just at the entrance of this cave.
Is that real?
Yeah, it is a real skull. And there's some bats as well.
You see bats.
Yes, I don't know actually if I want to use the light.
So now we've headed to the other side of the lake, and Rafa tells us that there are some ruins, some old ancient Mayan pyramids that are here, but we've been trekking for a while uphill, and this humidity is making it a little bit tough. Everything around me is ruins. They were built hundreds of years ago to be houses, and they don't look very tall because the ground has risen over time, but you can see them in the cracks here. I've never seen ruins before in a jungle. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Ese es el agua que toma. Entonces se corta.
You look like such a jungle boy right now. You live in the jungle, man? How is it?
It's delicious, honestly. It's pure water. It's so delicious.
It's cold, it's refreshing, it's very tasty. Diego, what did Rafa just tell you?
So just Rafa told us that some of them, of these small trees that we already drink, some water, they are poison. So some people from the Lacandones, they drink from them, and suddenly they just pass away when they are just sleeping.
So we just drank it.
Yeah, we just drink that.
So is it the good one or the bad one?
He says that that's the really good one.
I trust him.
Me too, man.
He's still alive and he's been living in the jungle his whole life, so he knows. All right, we have just arrived now at our hotel for the night, which is just a small little house, and the people who live there were so kind to let us crash. Hola.
A whole Lacandon family still here with us, so they're sleeping with us. They prepare already some food for us.
So nice of them. That's hospitality at its finest. They're preparing food for us. Oh, more vehicle. All right, we are now arriving at our little guest house. Look at that. Wow. Nice. We got 3 beds, wooden, everything. It's really hot, there's no AC, but that's all you need. We got a window. Literally right outside of our door is a big pile of bees or wasps, and we're sleeping there. So it looks like we have a little friend joining us in the shower this evening. Oh god. All I can think about is the thousands of mosquito/spider bites on my body, as well as I hope we don't wake up dead tomorrow from the water that we drink. Entonces, buenas noches. A 3:30 a.m. wake-up call had us back on the lake to gaze at the incredible stars above us. I took this time to lay there and reflect on the past 72 hours of my life, grateful for this opportunity. Watching the sunrise that morning was almost spiritual for me in a way. It is just so incredibly beautiful out here. As the sun is rising, it turns the clouds pink. You can hear the birds chirping behind, and you have this thin layer of fog that's just above the lake. It's been a while since I've been up at sunrise and done something like this, and it's just spectacular. Life out here for the Lacandones is extremely chill and relaxed. There is no traffic, no hustle and bustle, and no stress. There's this incredible sense of freedom and safety here that you can't find in any city around the world. That being said, modernization is creeping in and their traditions are slowly dying out. Men are losing their abilities to hunt. Some kids are having smartphones. Others wear street clothes and are smoking cigarettes. It's very unfortunate, but that's life. Whether we like it or not, globalization is bound to kick in at some point. How do you feel that the Lacandons are losing their tradition? Are you happy? Are you sad? Like, tell me how you feel.
Estoy triste porque ya no piensan en su cultura.
I'm really sad because they are losing their culture. They are just forgetting like their traditional customs and their hairstyle.
Joaquin, how do you feel when you go to Tuxtla or San Cristobal or any city, and do they make fun of you? How do they treat you differently?
Ahí la mitad de la gente nos critica, nos burla porque no conocen de la cultura.
There's 2 different kind of people usually when he goes to the city. There's people who makes fun of him, how does he dress, how his hair, in which kind of style does he have it, and also few people of them who actually gives value to his tradition, to his custom, but he's really proud about how he is, and he feels kind of pressure when he's in the city about how quickly everything is.
In any regard, the Lacandones are the most generous, gentle, and kind people that you could ever encounter, and I will forever cherish this experience. It's kind of like a personal discovery to have this opportunity to see their perceptions of our existence and their view on the world. But at the end of the day, we are all human beings, and that is the single most important lesson that I've learned from all of my travels around the world. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means the world to me. I flew all the way down here to southern Mexico for a couple days just to make this story and spend time with the Lacandones, which I really enjoyed. It's such a special experience doing this, and my other videos on tribes around the world I've enjoyed the most. So anyways guys, please drop a comment where you're watching from, what you think of the video. If you want to follow my upcoming travels, the best place to do it is on Instagram at Binsky. I post daily updates there on my Instagram stories and stuff. And yeah guys, cheers from the beautiful Mexican jungle. God, am I happy right now. See you later. Love you all. So what's happening is I'm asking the question in English, and then he's translating it in Spanish, and he's translating it in Maya Hach, t'an, and then he's translating it back. So there's 3 languages happening here, but it's working out pretty well. Muchas gracias. Alright, so the craziest situation is happening here. We just arrived to the house we're staying at, and I saw the lady cooking something over the fire, so I walked over there and said, "What are you cooking?" And sure enough, it's a rat. I can't make this stuff up. I think they're gonna eat it. It's kind of like a delicacy here. Not sure if I'm gonna try it or not, but I'm definitely gonna document it.
En el fuego es para quitarle el pelo.
They put it to the fire to take out the hair.
Vino el perro, se lo mordió creo la cabeza y lo mató.
So basically there was a dog in the street, and the dog bit it, and then he killed it. So this kid took it from the street, he was playing with it, and then gave it as a gift to the lady.
Se está bañando.
Está bañando. Oh.
Corta la nuca.
Oh. That doesn't bother you when you're eating?
No.
Good for you, man. I like you. You're cool. Diego's eating as he's watching this, like literally.
Sorry guys.
How do you do that?
I'm starving.
Like literally he's eating as this is happening.
Yo me gustaría que cambie el color de las patitas que se va. No,
Está la flecha.
That's the meat before.
You gonna eat it now? No, I think tomorrow.
¿Ah? Ahí tenés este bote rojo. Ese. Ah, no.
un jabón lo pusiste.
That's a lot of salt. I'm Drew Binsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every country in the world.